All right, all right, all right. Happy Tuesday, people. Tuesday again, 7th of the 7th, 2020, and welcome to another beautiful workshop. How are you guys doing, first of all? Type a yes or no in the questions box. Let me know we have sound and image. Interact with me. Today's the day, guys. Today you get to talk to me one-on-one. Ask me anything you want to know about trading, about financial markets, about trading strategies. That's why I'm here. Big welcome to everyone. Again, type a yes or no in the questions box, guys. Interact with me. Let me know we have sound and image so we can get started. Still waiting for your questions. Still waiting for the yes or the no. Okay, I have a few yeses. Okay, guys. Now, first of all, for compliance purposes, I have to read a disclaimer, guys. All information presented during this webinar is from public sources and should be treated accordingly. Our content is intended to be used and must be used for informational purposes only. It is very important to do your own analysis before making any investment based on your own personal circumstances. You should take your own financial decision or independently research and verify any information that you see and wish to rely upon, whether for the purpose of making an investment decision or otherwise. We would like to draw your attention to the following important investment warnings. The value of shares and investments and the income derived from them can go up as well as down. Investors may not get back the amount they invested, and past performance is not a guide to future performance. Right, now that we have compliance out of the way, I got a few yeses. I take it we have sound, we have image. We can move on, guys. Let's move on. Let's move on. For the ones of you that don't know me, my name is Andrew, the Chart Whisperer. I'm the founder and CEO of InstructFX.com and the FX Battle podcast. I've been working in the financial markets for the last 10 years. I've been working in many retail and institutional brokerages across Europe, including the famous London financial sector. So the information you're getting today, guys, is from the source. Now, let's move on. Let's move on. Again, type your questions, guys. Interact with me. That's why I'm here. Big thank you to everyone that joined us in June in the previous webinar series. It was just amazing. Lovely Q&A, guys. A lot of questions were asked. A lot of questions were answered. And I helped quite a few traders move on with their trading. Now, on the screen, you see the webinar schedule for July, for this month. Basically, today on the 7th of July at 1900 hours BST, which is London time. Yeah, we changed the schedule slightly to catch more and more people. Now, today, 7th of July, we have the Ask Me Anything. I'll try and do the Ask Me Anything every Tuesday, guys, because I know a lot of you guys are struggling. A lot of you need the information. Then Monday, 13th of July, next week at 8 o'clock in the morning BST. I'm sorry, guys. I do apologize. The time is wrong, but on this sheet, but you will find the correct time on forexcube.com. So on the 13th of July, which is Monday, we will witness together London Stock Exchange opening. Yeah, we will see the CFD market opening, which is 10 o'clock Europe time. Then on the 14th of July at 7 BST, which is London time, introduction to cryptocurrencies and live chat. Next Monday again at 8 o'clock London time, 8 in the morning, guys, which is 10 o'clock Europe time, 9 o'clock South African time. We will have the market opening the week ahead. Tuesday, the next day, we will meet the compliance desk and the support, the awarded support department of Forex Cube, which will answer your questions. You will get to know them in person. Who knows, maybe you will see some faces as well. On the 6th, on the 27th of July, which is the 6th webinar for the month, we have again the market opening the week ahead. I'm going to give you some trading signals. I'll show you what the markets have prepared for you in this week. So for the long-term, mid-term traders, It's going to be very, very beneficial. You can plan your positions. You can take some midterm positions if you wish to 2 days or 3 days. And last but not the least, guys, on the 28th of July, the biggest webinar of the month, we have CEO reporting industry insights. Again, we have João Monteiro, founder and CEO at forexcube.com, in the studio, interviewed by yours truly. So this is the webinar schedule for July, guys. It's going to be very, very interesting. Let's move on. Let's move on. I know you typed a lot of questions in the previous webinar, and I promised you I'm going to dedicate one entire day to answer all your questions. So moving on. This is me, guys. This is my face. You can see the face behind the voice. This is Ask Me Anything Tuesday with Andrew, the Chart Whisperer. So again, feel free to type your questions, guys. We have quite a few things to talk about. First of all, I'm going to start by answering the questions you asked previously in the previous webinar. So let's take the most relevant one. Right, let's take this one. What is the role of Forex Cube? Someone was asking last time, what is the role of Forex Cube to clients? So if I understood the question correctly, the role of Forex Cube. Forex Cube is a brokerage. You cannot trade on the financial markets and benefit from the leverage and benefit from the trading platform without a brokerage. So Forex Cube is the middleman. Yeah, being a true STP brokerage, Forex Cube is the middleman between the client and the liquidity provider, the bank. Yes, this is the purpose of a brokerage. Let's move on to the next question. Okay, I see you guys are typing some questions, which is good. Right. The other question you asked last time was, how do we benefit from your commission? Because we had when I had João Monteiro in the studio last week, we had a chat about Forex Cube having the smallest commission of the industry, the lowest commission in the industry, which was confirmed by, or among the lowest commissions in the industry, which was confirmed by João Monteiro, the founder and CEO at Forex Cube. So how do we benefit from your commission? Someone was asking. Very, very simple, guys, and very, very easy. You save money because every brokerage has a commission. That's how a brokerage lives. All right, out of commissions. So every time you open a position, you either have a fixed spread, which, let's say, to give you an example, on Euro US dollar, the most traded currency in the world, might be 3.3 pips. Okay, that is the commission, the difference between the buy price and the sell price. That is the spread or the commission. On the other side, that if you don't have a fixed spread, you get the crude spread from the market, from the exchanges, and the brokerage is adding a tiny, tiny commission per lot traded, per every 100,000 units in FX. Your brokerage will add a tiny commission. Yeah, the markets are very competitive nowadays, so the commissions are small overall. But the smaller, the better, isn't it? So this is how you benefit from the commission. When you open a position, basically you're paying less money, guys. It's very, very important to understand that every trade has a cost, and this trading activity has a cost. So in order for you to minimize your cost and maximize your profit, you need to understand what is the cost of trading. Again, last week in June series, we had an amazing webinar series where I explained to you the basics of trading, including how to lower your cost of trading and what is the cost of trading. So this is how you benefit from such a low commission that Forex Cube has, guys. You are saving money every time you open a trade. If you need more explanation, feel free to type your questions and I will reply as soon as possible. Let's take the next question. The next question. All right. Again, these questions are from the previous webinar, guys. I will move on to the live questions in a couple of minutes, but I promise the guys I will reply to their questions. Right. Again, someone was asking, can I get a walkthrough on how to trade myself? Yes, definitely. You have a lot of videos on Forex Cube in the education section. You can ask for a one-on-one with myself. I'm also helping the guys get started with trading, and I'm guiding them a bit at the very early stages. And who knows, maybe after that. So ask for a one-on-one chat with me. Contact the support department at Forex Cube. Contact your account manager and tell them you would be interested in having a one-on-one session with myself, and I will make it happen. So if you need a bit of help, that's why we're here. Talk to us. Let us know when you're available, when we can have a chat, and I will gladly give you a call and give you a session to start with. Okay, so moving on. I want to get to the live questions, guys, because that's why you're here. Okay, I have two more questions from the previous webinar, which I want to cover because I think they're very, very important. And then I will move on to the live questions. Now, very, very important. What is the way forward for us in Nigeria? One of our traders was asking. Some broker ran away with our funds. Should we, with our money, should we trust the system again? Now, unfortunately, guys, nowadays you have a lot of high risk or fraudulent companies. You need to know what questions to ask when you're being approached by a brokerage, or when you're approaching a brokerage, you need to know what things you should look for. Sorry. So first thing, and very, very important, is a trading license and an operating license. At the bottom of the page, of the main page of any financial institution, of any financial entity, you will have, at the very bottom of the page, you will see the regulation, and you will also see the registration number of the company. You have to know what to look for. And you start by looking at this. At the very bottom, you can see on the screen, guys, yeah, at the very, very bottom of the page, you have the disclaimer. All right. And following the disclaimer, you will have the regulatory body of the company. Okay. Very, very important for the company to be regulated. Then, should you trust the system again? I strongly believe you should trust the system again, because this system, this financial market, is not a scam. Yes, you have some dodgy companies here and there. Yes, people are trying, but hey, aren't they trying in any industry? Yeah, because in car sales, for example, yeah, you could purchase a very dodgy car if you don't know what to look for. Yeah, or when you're going on a holiday, yeah, you might purchase a very bad holiday package or a very expensive holiday package if you don't know how to ask the right questions. So it all starts with taking a step back and understanding what this is and how it works. So when you get approached by a brokerage, you know how to ask the right questions. I hope this answers your question. Also, one more thing I can add is, um, do your due diligence, guys, and keep your expectations realistic. Yes, if something sounds way too good to be true, then it probably is. So if someone is promising you that with, for example, a minimum investment of $100 or $200 or $300, you could make thousands of dollars without having any prior experience to trading or truly understanding the financial markets, yeah, you can tell that's a red flag from a mile away. Yeah, it's very, very important to keep it real, to be realistic. So you want to start your journey in the financial markets. Let's say you have $1,000 or $5,000 you wish to invest, or you wish to risk, or you can afford to risk. Fine. As long as your expectation is realistic, then you can work with $1,000. You can work with $500. Yeah, but don't expect wonders to happen overnight, because the chances are it's not going to happen. Okay, so while a bank, for example, in a good case, yeah, in a good scenario, gives you a return of 3% a year or 2% a year on your savings, your main goal as a trader, as a beginner trader, should be exceeding whatever the bank is giving you on your savings. Okay, so if you manage to make a return of 10%, you tripled up whatever the bank would pay you for your savings. You could get to 3% a month. You could get to 5% a month with a bit of practice, with a bit of experience, with a bit of flexibility. But try and keep it realistic, guys. Yes, in some occasions, yes, you can double up the funds. In some occasions, yes, you could get a 50% return on investment within a month, which is great. But in trading, there's one more factor, which is very, very important: consistency. You have to be able to get consistency with your trading. You have to be able to generate a side income, and slowly things should fall into place. But very important when you start your journey, or even when you have a bit of experience, guys, I'm not going to lie to you, even experienced traders have wrong expectations sometimes, or they think they can beat the market. Yeah, so keep it real. Remember, you have good days, you have bad days. As long as you have more good days than bad days, overall, you're okay. Okay, this is the message I wanted to send you guys. Now, let's move on and take some live questions, because I see you are active tonight. Let's take, I don't know which one to start with, because I have a lot of questions and I'm always trying to target the most relevant questions to you guys. Okay, let's start with this one. Someone is asking, why can't I trade with $250? Who says you can't? You can physically. It's fine. It's all right to trade with $250. Now, considering you should only use 10% or lower, yeah, or around 10% of your funds, what will you be using from $250? How many positions can you open? What size will they be? And how much profit you can make realistically if the market goes in your favor? So on $250, your exposure will be inevitably $25 to $50. Okay, because most of the Forex platforms, okay, this is their minimum position you can open. Okay, and it kind of makes sense if we're talking about currency pairs. Yeah, you're trading on the world global markets. You're trading on a market that has a turnover of over $5 trillion a day, and you're participating with $25. Now, how much can you make with $25 if everything goes smooth? Okay, again, being a very small amount, yes, you can double up. Yeah, you can double up on it, but that's not going to be consistent. Eventually you're gonna hit a wall. So when you want to trade, you have to diversify your positions, because believe it or not, guys, most of the assets, all the assets have something to do with the US dollar, first of all. And then most of the assets you see on the trading platform and most of the asset classes have a correlation. Yeah, for example, gold and US dollar. Okay, we know gold and silver 99% of the times move in the opposite direction to the dollar. So it's a no-brainer not opening an opposite position on gold and silver if you open the position on the US dollar. Because if it goes your way and you've done your homework and your trade will go into profit, then all your trades will go into profit. So that's how you can maximize the opportunity, by knowing your correlations, by not keeping all the eggs in one basket. All right. All right. Let's move on. Let's move. So you can trade with $250. The trouble is, I personally, it's a personal opinion. Yeah, please don't mind me. having a personal opinion. Personally, I think it's not really the best thing to do because you're a beginner trader. Yeah, inevitably, you're going to make a mistake sooner or later, where the market is going to be bouncy one day because every day you have events announced in the economic calendar that affect the market. So a small shake-off of the market on a $250 account, that means you can blow up your account in no time. Yes, so then what happens? You have to deposit more money to start all over again with higher risk because small trading accounts tend to put more pressure on the account. Therefore, they have a higher risk. Okay, a guy that has $100,000 in his trading account and only uses a few $100s here and there or a couple of grand here and there to trade, okay, he's more or less bulletproof because the probability of that trader blowing up his account overnight is almost zero. That could happen only if the markets crash like they did in 2008. So you don't have any flexibility on a $250 account. Yeah, this is the message I'm trying to send. It is dangerous, it is risky. It doesn't mean you can't trade. Okay, I saw traders doing very well with $250. I saw traders doing less well with $250. It's only a matter of you knowing what you're doing, exposing a minimum percentage from your trading account, and having a bit of luck on your side as well. Okay, luck in trading doesn't, I'm tempted to say doesn't really apply, but there's that 1% of luck that if all the trades go in your favor, if you don't have a big drawdown after you open your positions, after you open your trades, that's the 1% luck. Okay, apart from that, you need to use all the tools you have, the risk management tools, wisely, so you don't blow up your trading account. So the answer is you can trade with $250. It's very high risk, and you should have realistic, very realistic expectations. Okay, I hope this answers your question. Let's move on. Let's move on to the next question, guys. Let's see. What are the questions? Documents. All right. Let's take a question about documents. Someone is asking, why do I need to send documents? The answer is very, very simple. Because the company is regulated, and it's called anti-money laundering policy, which is a world directive. Basically, it's a global directive for all financial firms and financial institutions to do their KYC, which is called Know Your Client. So whenever you have money involved, you have to ask for 3 simple documents. Proof of ID, which can be passport or national ID or driving license, depending on how permissive the regulation is in that part of the world. Proof of address, which is a utility bill with your name on it, either water or electric bill or a bank statement, okay, with your name on it, no older than 3 months. This is the second document. And finally, the third document you need to send is a proof of payment. Most of the brokerages will ask you for a proof of payment. What does that mean? Usually it's colored copy, front and back of the payment method that you used. In this case, let's say it's a Visa or a MasterCard. You deposit it by card. Now, very, very careful. All they need to see, all the back office department needs to see, is the last 4 digits on the card and your name and the expiry date. That is it. They don't care about the full 16 digits on the front of the card. They don't care about the CVV on the back of the card. You have to cover the first 12 digits and the CVV on the back with a piece of paper when you're taking the picture or when you're scanning your documents. This is what you have to do. You have to cover the first 12 digits and also the CVV on the back. If you think about it, or if you're purchasing stuff by card all the time and you look at the receipt, you will see that on the receipt that stays with the merchant, On that receipt, you will have your 4 digits of the card. Okay, so basically these financial companies are asking the same thing your bank is asking you. Yeah, and more or less the same thing that shows on a receipt. Yeah, whenever you're paying for something online. So that's why you need to send the documents. It's a global directive for all financial institutions called anti-money laundering, and the second one used is know your client. Okay, I see you're typing. You typed the second question. Are my documents safe? Yes, your documents are safe with the back office department because every employee, yeah, works at certain standards, and your documents are handled very, very carefully. Okay, everyone signs a non-disclosure policy. Everyone signs a non-disclosure contract. Yeah, and your documents don't go around the entire office. Okay, they are handled by a specific group of people, 2 or 3 or 5 or 10 people. It depends how big the brokerage is, that handle your documents very, very carefully. So yes, your documents are safe with a regulated brokerage. Okay, all right. Okay, I'm glad you like it. Thank you so much for the kind words, guys. By the way, all this is possible because of you. And I want to thank every single one of you for making this possible, for attending these webinars, for showing the will to learn and truly understand how financial markets really work. All right, let's move on. Let's move on. Let's take another question because I have a lot of anxious people here that are raising their hands. Okay, very good question. Very good question. How long does it take to get my money back on my card when I want to? Very good question. Now, the standard time is anywhere between 3 and 5 working days. Depends very much when you place the withdrawal request. If you place the withdrawal request, for example, on a Friday afternoon or on a Friday after 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock, yeah, then unfortunately it's going to be processed Monday morning. Okay, first thing Monday morning, it's going to be processed because the back office department doesn't work 24/7. They only work 24/5, Monday to Friday. If you place a withdrawal request Monday evening, then it's going to be processed Tuesday morning, yeah, first thing in the morning. So it takes 1 or 2 days. It depends very much on how many people are in the back office of the company and how many withdrawal requests, how many requests you have at that time. Okay, very important. If there is a big queue, then you will be delayed for a few hours or maybe a day, worst case scenario. After that, the company releases the funds. Okay, and then the funds will travel, literally, yeah, they will travel to get to your card. With the regulation worldwide strengthening and toughening a bit in the last couple of years, yeah, we might see tiny delays as the receiving bank might have some questions, some internal policies and questions on where the money is coming from. Okay, always the first withdrawal, guys, tends to take a bit longer. Yeah, 1 or 2 days longer, let's say. And once the receiver, once the receiving bank understands where the money comes from and what's going on, then the process should be much faster. But in the banking industry, a transaction usually takes between 3 to 5 working days. Occasionally you can get the funds in the same day. Yeah, it depends very much on what is going on at that time, but standard is 3 to 5 working days. Okay, and by the way, you cannot get a withdrawal, you cannot get the funds back unless you've submitted the documents for compliance and for the back office. Okay, they cannot break the law, guys. If the company would do that, they're risking massive fines. Here we're talking about tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars in fines for doing that. So make sure you send your documents, make sure you've been verified, work together with the back office because they're trying to help you. Okay, for situations like this, when you wish to place a withdrawal and you need the money to get to you as fast as possible. Why so long? This is the standard time, yeah. Because if anyone would tell you, um, we release the funds, or you will get the funds within 12 hours or 24 hours after placing the withdrawal request, and if it doesn't happen for some reason, yeah, the system, the banking system might be down for a second, um, the software might be down, yeah, something coming from a third party might not work properly, or you have a long queue, or God knows what might happen. um, that's why they say a standard processing time 3 to 5 working days, so no one gets really anxious and stressed about it, yeah, and starts harassing basically the back office or the account manager. Okay, so it's 3 to 5 working days, but they try obviously and do it as soon as possible. All right, I'm glad you understand now. And yes, I know many people are afraid to send their documents, guys. Nowadays, security is very high in the banking system. Okay, and you might see some delays, you might see one or two things, but security is there, especially for licensed companies. Yeah, I'm only referring to licensed professional companies. I don't want to talk about what's out there now in this webinar. I'm going to have a special podcast for that, and you are all welcome to join. All right, let's try and take some questions, some more questions. What would you say is a good amount to start trading with? Very good question. Now, whatever you have available, I guess this is the right answer, because people are different. Yeah, you have people very comfortable starting with 10,000, 20,000, $50,000. Yeah, and you have people very comfortable to start with $8,000. You have to know what your goal. Why are you depositing that money? What do you expect in return? And when? Okay, these are the questions you should ask yourself. So if you deposit $10,000 in a trading account, is that a good amount to start with? Yes, of course. What do you expect in return? How much money do you want to make? Where does that money come from? Are you stressed about it? Will you need that $10,000 by Friday afternoon? Did you borrow that $10,000? Yeah, these are the questions. So my personal opinion, and again, don't take it as an advice, it's just a personal opinion, guys. Don't spend your life savings. Yeah, don't push yourself over the limit just for the sake of trading and hoping that some miracle will happen, because miracles do happen occasionally, but they're very unlikely to happen. Yeah, so the amount I say is good to start with, I can tell you for sure, it's not $250, which is very little money, and you're gonna have a lot of pressure on that account. Okay, something more than that, and most importantly, keep your expectations real. Yeah, even if it's $1,000, even if it's $500 that you start trading with, yeah, don't expect to double it within a day, because it's not a casino. You will probably blow up the account. So whatever funds you have available, without jeopardizing your yeah, your needs, your daily needs, or anything you might need, is a good amount to start with. You shouldn't rely on that amount immediately. Yeah, that amount should be there as your, let's say, savings, as the amount you can afford to park somewhere for an unlimited amount of time. It might be a few days, a week, a month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months. No one knows how you will feel in a bit of time. Yeah, so don't stress too much when it comes to depositing huge amounts of money that you can't afford. Yeah, that's where problems usually start. Yeah, because traders are depositing amounts they can't afford, and they're relying on that amount to live. and it's not really the best thing to do. All right, let's move on. Let's move on. Wow, very good question. I bet you're an experienced traders, and it's a pleasure to answer such a question. How about trading robots? Do you work? Do you use trading robots? Very good questions, guys. Right, so trading robots and trading algorithms, they do exist. Exchanges all over the world and big corporations and big hedge funds and big pension funds are using high frequency trading, are using trading robots. Depends what type of robot you need or you're referring to, but they're good, the ones that work. Okay, you have, the market is flooded. You have I think it's an infinite number of trading algorithms and trading robots out there, but most of them do not work. Yeah, most of them and not necessarily because the inventor, let's say, yeah, the guy that designed the robot is a scammer, but because it takes years and years to fine tune that algorithm. There's always something that you need to fine tune. How much drawdown, how aggressive you want the trade, the robot to be, um, what frequency you want it to open trades with, and so on. You have a lot of factors, a lot of variables in programming a software and algorithm that will help you eventually, yeah, if you know what you're doing. Now, very, very interesting. If you want to know more about high frequency trading and trading robots, how you call them, or algorithms, join me this month on the 28th when I have the CEO reporting industry insights, Joe Monteiro, again in the studio. He will, I will approach this topic. I know he's very knowledgeable. And to give you an insight, I know he has his own trading robot. I don't know if he developed the robot himself, but I know he's involved in algorithmic trading, so he can definitely give us more insights on how this works. If I use trading robots myself, I tried a few times. I'm not trading as often as I used to, guys. I'm very, very busy during the day. I'm placing the odd trade here and there, especially when there's something big going on, but I'm not so active anymore in trading, but I do have a trading account and I trade here and there. I used robots in the past. I'm passionate about the market. I'm the geek. I'm the technical analyst. I like to see my charts. I like to use my indicators, and I like to feel the market. Okay, after a few years of doing this, probably you will get the feel of the market yourselves. Okay, and the emotions and everything. I know everyone says leave the emotions aside. We are humans. It's absolutely normal and natural to have emotions. I prefer manual trading for myself. Yes, if you have a long-term investment and a long-term strategy with a reliable algorithm, then by all means you can park some cash into that account and let the robot do its thing. If the robot is good, it will probably generate you a very good income over time. But if you like to use your skills, your knowledge, yeah, your fingers to click on the mouse here and there, then you can also have a manual trading account. Who knows? Maybe you will make a killing one day. Yeah, or don't keep all the eggs in one basket. Maybe the robot is not performing as well as you want it to for various reasons. Maybe the robot only gives you a return of 7% or 8% a year. If through your skills and knowledge you manage to generate an extra 5 or 10% a year from manual trading, then you're making a killing. Yeah, you're doubling up, or you're adding more value to what your algorithm does. Okay, what I have to say, very, very careful when you're choosing an algorithm, when you're choosing a robot. You have them for sale everywhere. The market is flooded with all kind of algorithms and trading robots. I'm not saying they're bad unless they don't work at all. Okay, so very careful. If you need guidance, if you have questions about this. If you're about to purchase a robot and you're not sure of how good it is or how reliable it is, get in touch. Maybe we can help you do a bit of due diligence. Maybe we can point you to the right direction. Yeah, Google can definitely point you to the right direction. Yes, so don't rush into things. Talk to us, talk to me, book a one-on-one session with me. As I said earlier on, I am available for one-on-one mentoring if anyone is interested. And we will try and help. Yeah, I will try and help you. My colleagues the same. All right. This is what I think about trading robots. They are good. Probably in a few years, most of the traders will go towards the trading robots or the algorithmic trading. But for now, I still enjoy live trading. All right. Okay, I'm glad that helps. Thank you. Thank you so much. You've been very, very nice. Thank you for your kind words. No, definitely I can help. Yes, definitely. Get in touch. Talk to the account manager. Talk to the lovely support at Forex Cube, and let's try and organize something. I will be definitely helping you, at least with the basics. Can I? Yeah, someone is asking, can I start trading with $5,000? Yes, of course you can. As long as you can afford it, of course you can. Now, very careful when you start trading with such I'm tempted to say big amounts. Some people consider it as a big amount. The exposure is the problem, guys. How much are you using from your funds? Okay, this is the problem, the exposure, not the fund itself. Yeah, how much money you have in your balance. That means nothing. How much are you using? How much pressure are you putting on your balance? This is what matters. In case you think something might happen today and the market thinks the opposite, you might have a bit of a drawdown. Your trades might go against you for a day or two or three. It's fine. As long as you don't jeopardize your entire balance, it's fine to even keep a couple of trades open if they're in a bit of a loss, because you haven't lost anything unless you close that trade. So whatever goes up must come down, whatever goes down must come back up. All right, this is how it works. So even if you entered too early or too late in a trade and you have a bit of a drawdown, that trade might turn around within 2 or 3 days. So you could you could cut your losses as long as the losses are fairly small, or you could just wait until the market will return. Yeah, who knows? Maybe it will return. History showed us it usually does return sooner or later. Yeah, the question is how much can you hold on to that position? This is how it works. All right, guys, thank you so much for being with us today. It's been a great pleasure seeing so many people interested, yes, so many people asking questions and wanting to learn. As I said, I am available for one-on-one sessions whenever you want to. All you have to do is get in touch with support or with your account manager and book an appointment with me. Okay, we do it at a convenient time for you. All you have to do is be in front of a computer or a laptop and have an internet connection, and I'll take care of the rest. Meanwhile, guys, remember the exclusive offers that Forex Cube has this month as well. Refer a friend and get $50 straight into your trading account, or start trading today with up to 10 easy installments. Very, very interesting to see the installments package. You will find all the terms and conditions. You can download the terms and conditions from forexcube.com. You're going to have it advertised there. If you wish to have a managed account, if you don't have the time or the knowledge or the will to trade yourself, Forex Cube does provide the managed account service. Again, all you have to do is talk to your account manager or someone from support. All right, remember guys, we changed slightly the webinar schedule. I'll see you every Monday morning for London market opening and trading signals and the week ahead. And I'll see you every Tuesday evening, same time, same place for another Q&A session, another topic, another workshop, another beautiful webinar. This was it from our side today, guys. Remember to trade responsibly and may all your trades be in the money. Andrew the Chart Whisperer, over and out.